Personally, I use a line on the ball for all my breaking putts, for every putt in fact, and in this video I wanted to guide you through how I use that. Different to how you might have been taught and different to how a lot of people will use a line on a breaking putt. There's been a lot of discussion recently on social media and the like about using a line or not using a line. I would say it's not really that strict. You can use the line on some putts, not on others. You might feel it's better to use a line on all putts, not use a line on all putts. You have to figure that stuff out. What I thought I'd guide you through today is a different way of looking at using a line on a breaking putt and how I personally would use a line. I use a line on all putts, and this is how I would line up my line on a breaking putt. It's a little different to how a lot of people would teach you to do it. A lot different method to how most people perhaps would do it as well. So personally, what I would do, I've got a ghost hole down here so I can show you a putt on a slope. You know, I'd read the putt as I normally would, and all I'm doing with my read is try and create a visual of what I feel like the path of the ball is going to be. Okay, so I'm trying to visualize that curve based upon what I'm seeing, perhaps sometimes what I'm feeling in my feet, but all of that is to create a visual of the curve. What changes the visual of the curve is the speed of the green, okay, the length of the putt, those sort of things, the amount of slope obviously. Those things are factored into my visualization of what I think the path is going to do. Then, rather than line up to a particular spot, okay, perhaps by the hole or somewhere here, somewhere along the curve, which we may have talked about before, I'm going to line up my line to simply match the visual of the curve that I'm seeing. So if I line up my line there, I think that's a little bit high. If I line up my line there, can I, based upon where that's starting, can I see the curve of the ball from that start line going through the middle of the hole, or the ghost hole in this example? If I can, I'll then step over it, and the same again, I'm kind of looking from here. If I start it on that line, can I see it going through that ghost hole? It feels just a fraction low, so I'm going to make that little adjustment. That looks good to me. I'm making my practice strokes now. That's the line kind of taken care of. I feel like that line matches what I'm visualizing. Then I can really focus on seeing the path of the ball, seeing the speed of the ball across the putt, and then I'm going to try and execute. So pretty good. Like, probably would have gone in top edge, just a fraction hard, but it's something to think about rather than the kind of stock method that people use a line, especially on a breaker, of aiming at a specific point. Perhaps you'll be better at lining up your line to a visualization of the curve, even getting a feel when you're over the ball. That feels a little bit low. Again, I'm going to change that. And once I'm happy from behind and from here, that feels pretty good. It's all about matching that speed to that line. We know that line dictates speed. Okay, pretty good putt. Just a quick one. If you're watching one of my videos and it's likely you're looking to get better at putting, and if you truly want to do that, I encourage you to visit my website, jjputting.com. There you're going to find more information about me, the in-person lessons that I do, the online lessons that I do, and subscription packages that I offer. So like I said, if you truly want to get better at putting, visit the website, jjputting.com, to find out more. So think about it. Is it going to be beneficial for you to use a line on the ball, but thinking about it slightly different? Lining up to your curve as opposed to a specific straight line linear reference on the green.